If you're not doing these things every single day, then I truly don't think that you're taking trading seriously enough. There are some things that are commonly overlooked that I think every trader should be doing every single day that is going to drastically increase your odds of success. And most people don't even talk about this stuff. And my promise to you is that if you watch this video and actually apply the concepts that I'm going to talk about, that it will have a massive positive impact on your trading. So the first thing that I think everyone should be doing every single day is meditating. And I don't mean this in a woo-woo way, go to the mountains, sit cross-legged. Most people see meditation as this weird thing where people with orange cloaks, sit cross-legged and go, But that's not what it actually is. The way I see meditation is it's a tool to help master your mind and emotions. And as you can probably guess, that's extremely important in trading. Because if you don't have mastery over your mind and emotions, then you're more like a puppet on a string rather than being actually in control of your own life. So what I mean by meditation is being the observer and being aware a lot more than you being lost in your mind. So this requires you taking time aside every single day to actually just sit and observe what's going on in your own mind and in your own emotions. Observe how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and just take that time to sit with yourself and process your current state. The reason this is extremely important is most people are just going about their lives, rushing from one thing to the next, and they're not actually checking in with their inner state to see how they're doing. And if you're trading day in and day out, it's extremely easy to get locked in a weird mental place because you're putting on risk every single day. And if you're going on a bit of a losing streak, your mind during that losing streak is going to be much more negative. And if you're going through a winning streak, then your mind might get overconfident and start saying things that are also outside of your plan, like you should size up, you can do no wrong, etc. So you need to be very in touch with yourself, what you're thinking and what you're feeling on a daily basis, and you need to notice when you're spiraling into negativity or when you're getting too overconfident and it leading to you making bad decisions in your trading. So I truly believe that if you are not taking this time every single day to sit with yourself and to practice meditation and practice being in touch with yourself, then you're not taking trading seriously enough. Because this is an extremely important part of the process. And this leads me into the next point, is that every single day, I truly believe that you should be working on the way that you talk to yourself. So this ties in with meditation. Because obviously if you're not aware of what you're saying to yourself, then you can't really change it. But what I'm suggesting is that you notice when you're talking negatively to yourself. So if you're saying things to yourself like, I'll never be successful, I'm destined to fail, then you notice that in the moment it's happening, and you work with yourself to change the way you think about certain things. So you aim to think more positively about the world around you and about your own life and your trading, and you work on this daily to increase momentum in a positive direction rather than a negative one. And if you've been locked in negative thinking patterns, then this is going to take some time to shift the momentum in a more positive direction. So this is why you need to be in touch with yourself, because first you need to know what you're thinking and how you're thinking about your life and about your trading. And then you need to actually put it into practice to change the way you think about yourself and your trading. So I think what a lot of people don't talk about is the way you talk to yourself is extremely important for how successful that you are. There's a certain feedback loop that you get, where when you think positive thoughts, you tend to take positive actions, which leads to positive results, and then you have more positive thoughts. So it becomes like a flywheel that just constantly builds momentum on itself. And it's very important to understand momentum, because you've probably noticed in your life that whatever you're doing every single day is what you're building momentum towards. So if you're thinking negatively every single day, then you're building negative momentum. If you're slacking off and eating chips, then you're building momentum towards slacking off and eating chips. If you're oversizing or breaking your rules, then you're building momentum towards oversizing and breaking your rules. So this inner work that I'm suggesting, where you truly look at your inner self, is designed to help you break these patterns of momentum and shift the momentum in a positive direction for you. And before you can do that, you need to recognize where you're going wrong, where you've built up a lot of negative momentum, or where you could be doing good, having positive momentum. And so to help this as well, something you should be doing every day, I believe, is journaling. And not just journaling your trades, but journaling how you think, how you're feeling, your current state, what types of negative beliefs or negative thought patterns could you be holding. Doing deep journaling with yourself, where you're writing, a couple pages of just where you're at. And this is actually going to help so much to uncover certain things that you think, certain things that you believe that you weren't otherwise aware of. So trading is really a game of confronting yourself, I believe. And if you're holding a lot of dark patterns, negative patterns, then guess what? Success becomes a lot harder to achieve. So this inner work daily, I think, is extremely important. And if you're not doing this inner daily work, then you're not taking trading seriously enough. So the next thing I think you should be doing every single day is you should be backtesting every day, especially if you don't have 100% clarity and confidence in your strategy. Because what I've noticed is that I used to think that certain strategies that I had were profitable, but when I put them up against 5 years of backtested data, it actually was not a profitable strategy. So if you're just kind of like willy-nilly going back through the charts and looking, oh look, it worked there and it worked there, that's not enough in my opinion. What I think is much more effective, and what I personally do, is to use a tool like FX Replay that allows you to go back in time to 2019, 2020, 2021, and actually replay the charts while setting take profits and stop losses on each trade and actually see how your strategy plays out over a long period of time. I do have a link below for FX Replay, which gives you 20% off. And I just think that this tool is extremely effective for being able to backtest, because you need to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that your strategy is effective and is profitable. If you don't know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, then you're going to hesitate, you're going to veer off track when things are going wrong, and you're not going to have the confidence to back up the way you're trading. Every single day when you come to the charts, there's going to be this pit of anxiety because you're not actually sure if you have confidence that this even works. So I really wouldn't suggest just taking strategy advice from a random person online and then just trying to apply it right away. If you're going to take strategy advice from someone online, you should do your own backtesting based on what they said and build out your own confidence and conviction in that strategy and actually prove that it is profitable. By doing this, not only are you going to build a lot of confidence and conviction in the way you're trading, but you're also going to see the ebbs and flows of the way trading is. That there's sometimes down periods, and then there's big up periods, and that's normal. You also just notice little things, little intricacies, and you start to see the charts in your own type of way because you see things play out so many times by backtesting years of data. Then you really just start gaining these little insights that would have taken you years of chart time to gain. And even for me as a profitable trader, I still backtest multiple hours a month, at least 20 hours a month. And I know this may sound insane, but I'm always trying to increase my conviction in my strategy and add little things that can give me more of an edge.